Okay, let's go.
All right. Big news, Craig. Just this afternoon, the leading name with regard to the athletic director position at the University of Kentucky. We just talked earlier about the fact that Mitch Barnhart is stepping down this summer. The main name is Boise State Athletic Director Jeremiah Dickey. He has emerged as the likely choice to replace Mitch Barnhart in the same role at the University of Kentucky. No official news has dropped, but the university appears to be focused on BSU's Dickey, who has led the Broncos athletic department since 2017, and he won the Sports Business Journal's AD of the Year award in 2025. That is a prestigious award in that industry. Craig, your thoughts on bringing Boise State's Jeremiah Dickey to the University of Kentucky?
I love it because what do you know about Boise State? They got the blue infield.
Yeah, that's right.
I mean, the blue turf on their field.
Yep.
And they play a wide open offense of football. Now, what does Will Stein do? He also is a wide open offense kind of coach.
Yep.
So these two guys will mesh together, and this is no slam on Barnhart at all. None. But we got a young AD, a young head coach that
young head football coach, young basketball coach. Mark's only 51, 52.
Right. And Boise State in Idaho. Stein's from Washington State. Is that correct?
That's where he was. He's West Coast, but Will Stein's originally from Louisville.
I know, but I mean, he was coaching in Washington.
Oregon, yeah. He was in Oregon. He was in Oregon, yeah.
Okay, and with a high-powered offense at Oregon in their Greenfield. Yeah. So that opens up the West Coast to Kentucky recruiting, where we've, I don't know how long if we've had any real big impact players from the West Coast. It's been a long time. So maybe that'll help. Plus, they're both offensive guys, and certainly Boise State knows how to market their football.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because everybody knows who Boise State is,
and there is no reason you should know anything about Boise State football.
Right.
There's no reason.
Everybody knows about Boise State. Yep. ESPN highlights them all the time.
Yep.
So I think this is a big win with Mitch Barnhart stepping down, and Will Stein, we already know, is just doing a ridiculously good job recruiting.
Yep. Absolutely.
So I think this might be a match made in heaven. What we will do with Pope, no clue.
Yeah, I don't really know what's going to happen. Right now, though, we will turn the focus to Justin McBride, the 6'10 forward from James Madison. What is swirling around on social media right now is that McBride has canceled all other college visits at this point, that he has no other visits right now. It appears as of 2:00 this afternoon, he may have shut down his recruitment early. Obviously, Kentucky is, oh God, I hate saying this again. Kentucky is deemed to be the leader in the clubhouse right now. There is a very small final group that's out there. There have been offers that have been made, financial as well as obviously the scholarship aspect of it. It has not been fully confirmed by national outlets. I will tell you, though, that Field of 68, which I know you watch, and those guys, they are saying that it's more than a lean to Kentucky. And his visit's already over. His visit was yesterday, so they can't mess it up. I mean, there's no other way to put it, but they can't mess it up any worse now.
And this guy is a legitimate outside threat. He's big. He plays defense. It's at a smaller school, of course, but, we know about James Madison.
We do.
And you can see on the highlights you've got here that this guy, he doesn't just stand around.
He's active.
What's his shooting percentage? It's
over 40%.
Outside of the lane, he's well over 45%, isn't he?
Yeah, he's a mid-range jumper guy is really the impressive thing about him, is that he can bang inside, but he is able to
look at that one right there. That was 3 foot behind the 3-point line.
Yeah, so he's got a little bit of range there. People always say, well, he's coming from James Madison. We should be able to get guys from UConn and stuff. Hey, the Yaxel Linenborg from Michigan
Yep.
played JUCO his first 2
Yeah.
years before he went to
Scottie Pippen played at
UAB, right?
Yeah, Scottie Pippen played at Central Arkansas, and
Yeah,
he's
so
a top 50 NBA player.
people forget that these kids grow up at 18, 19. They're still growing at that point.
Yeah.
So all of a sudden they're growing into their body. Once you're 6'10" and stuff, it's hard to figure out what your body does. And maybe this guy will be an impact player. It sounds like it's a real possibility. Craig, some of the big news that you shared with me earlier today, and that I'm also reading online, is that in May, the NCAA is actually going to meet on eligibility, which is hilarious to me.
Yeah.
But they are going to meet and they are going to discuss giving 5 seasons in 5 years. And what that means for the University of Kentucky is Otega Oweh would have 1 more year of eligibility. Now, obviously, there's nothing that has been fully discussed here because he doesn't have any eligibility. But I am being told that certain people have said that there is money in reserves. Uh,
Yep.
and Otega has said that he would be interested in returning if that's a possibility. Projected right now with the NBA draft getting ready to go down, that he would be in the 55th to 60th pick, if at all. And obviously, if you're doing that, $3 million to come back to college sounds, as a guarantee, sounds pretty dang good. Your thoughts
Yeah,
and
because your second round is not a guaranteed contract. That's for sure. And when you get to the lower end of the second round with the picks between 55 and 62, you might not even make the team. They might be players that don't want to be drafted because they don't want to be drafted by the teams down that low. And
yeah,
they'll just say their agents will say, "Don't draft me," and they'll draft a player, but then they'll pull somebody that's not drafted and dump this guy, or they'll immediately trade away for another pick. So he's no security at all.
or he's going to sit in the G League.
Right, right, and then but he can come back to Kentucky and pick up $2 or $3 million again.
Yeah,
If he manages it right, it's generational money. The guy will never have to hold a job. And if he doesn't get drafted by the NBA, he can certainly go to Europe
yeah.
or draw tax-free money over there. And so he could be set up for life. He comes back to Kentucky again in the Commonwealth of Kentucky. He will be revered, and anything he wants, the business community will help Otega Oweh out.
He can sell cars for the rest of his life.
Right.
He could.
He
Paul
could buy
Miller Ford will. Yeah.
He can buy car dealerships. He don't have to sell them. He can just buy the
Exactly.
dealership.
Exactly. I mean,
And
it's so crazy to think about that.
and everybody comes in and buys a car. You get to sit down with him. You get pictures with him. How cool would that be?
Yeah, the other story that is coming out late this afternoon, just coming across the wire, is that Kentucky is now confirmed to be pursuing former Sixth Man of the Year out of the NBA, Jamal Crawford, as a potential coach and for their bench. Obviously, that's coming from Blue Chips Media and also Matt Jones. It's interesting, this aspect, but I will also tell you that there is talk that the main reason that they are finally pulling the trigger on Crawford, because Crawford holds all the keys to Tyron Stokes.
Yep.
Tyron Stokes has said that he wants to follow Crawford. Crawford has a son that is right now the first or second point guard in the 2029, I think, class. So obviously there's a reason, bring your dad in. Maybe you'll
Sure.
follow him.
Yeah.
But he also has coached Tyron Stokes. So we have Tyron Stokes' former point guard, Zoom Diallo, on the team. Now we're going after Tyron Stokes' former AAU coach, Jamal Crawford, and he has expressed an interest that he would like to follow him to wherever he goes. So he's also a game day analyst on NBA on NBC. And so and right now in the playoffs, he's probably not going to make a decision right now, but it'd be interesting to see if those discussions come to any fruition.
Yeah. Now, who's the eighth grader that is a great basketball player, and
Yeah, Rondo's son.
Yeah, that's what I thought because Rondo's one of my all-time favorite NBA players, and I think Rondo could attract premier point guards because of Rondo's one of the most respected point guards in the history of the NBA.
Yeah.
I mean, he would be a huge draw on training these kids to get to the NBA. But the other topic, we'll see that in 3 or 4 years when his son comes along. But
Pierre Rondo, who led his team to the Sweet 16, and as an eighth grader,
and
so,
he's ESPN was all over it.
Yeah, he wasn't just on the team. He was one of the leaders of that team as an eighth grader. So,
and he might be a multi-year Mr. Basketball.
Yeah, it's entirely possible. The kid has real momentum. We will have to see what happens there. Obviously, if we finally get a signing, if we hear any more word, we will jump on and we'll let you guys know. But that's what we know so far. Make sure that you like, subscribe, and share to the podcast, and check us out every single day.
Okay, let's go.